Unleashing the Power Within, a journey from diagnosis to transformation. Welcome to a transformative exploration of human potential and healing. Today, we embark on an extraordinary journey that challenges everything we think we know about health, resilience, and the power of the human spirit. This isn't just a talk, it's a call to revolution, a revolution in how we approach our well-being, our challenges, and our lives. I'm thrilled to share with you the incredible insights and wisdom I've gained from an extraordinary individual who is changing lives and redefining what's possible in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. Dawne Horizons is not just a survivor, she's a beacon of hope, a testament to the untapped potential within each of us, and a true catalyst for change in the world of health and wellness. Imagine for a moment sitting in a sterile doctor's office. The air is heavy with anticipation, the silence deafening. The doctor enters, clipboard in hand, and delivers news that would shatter most people's world. You have lupus SLE and discoid lupus. For many, this diagnosis would be a life sentence, a future defined by medication, hospital stays, and constant pain. But for Dawne Horizons, it was something entirely different. It was a call to action, a challenge to be met head on with unwavering determination and hope. February 2013, that was the moment Dawne's world could have crumbled. Instead, it was the moment her world expanded. You see, Dawne wasn't just any patient. She was a woman who had spent over 2 decades immersing herself in the world of holistic health and essential oils. For 23 years, she had been her own laboratory, experimenting, learning, and growing in her understanding of natural wellness. So when faced with this diagnosis, Dawne didn't crumble. She stood tall, armed with knowledge, faith, and an unshakable belief in the power of holistic healing. Now, I want you to pause for a moment. Think about how you would react in a similar situation. Would you immediately surrender to a life of prescription medications and resigned acceptance? Or would you, like Dawne, see it as an opportunity to put your knowledge and beliefs to the test, to challenge the status quo and rewrite your own health story? Dawne's response to her diagnosis is nothing short of awe-inspiring. In the 10 years since that fateful day in the doctor's office, she has never taken a single lupus medication, not one hospital stay, no emergency room visits, no organ problems. Let that sink in for a moment. A condition that many consider debilitating and life-altering has been managed entirely through natural, holistic methods. But Dawne's story isn't just about avoiding traditional medical interventions. It's about thriving in the face of adversity. Today, Dawne owns a spa and wellness center where she provides massage and wellness coaching to her clients. She travels, enjoys time with her children and grandchildren, and pursues her passions, all without debilitating pain. She has found a way to not just manage, but to flourish, mitigating the daily challenges of lupus through her holistic wellness routines. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, that's great for her, but what does it mean for me? And that's exactly the question we need to be asking. Because Dawne's story isn't just about one woman's triumph over lupus. It's about the potential for all of us to take control of our health in ways we might never have imagined possible. Dawne's approach, which she calls Wellness for Lupus, is designed specifically for professional working women and mothers between the ages of 30 and 55. But its implications reach far beyond this demographic. The core of her message is universal. Our bodies have an incredible capacity to heal, given the right tools and environment. Think about that for a moment. How many of us have accepted discomfort, pain, or illness as an inevitable part of life? How many of us have surrendered our health to a system that often treats symptoms rather than root causes? Dawne's story challenges us to reconsider these assumptions. It invites us to explore the possibility that we have more control over our health than we might have believed. But let's be clear, this isn't about rejecting modern medicine wholesale. It's about expanding our understanding of health and healing. It's about recognizing that our bodies are complex systems, influenced by everything from what we eat to how we think and feel. And it's about empowering ourselves with knowledge and tools to support our body's natural healing processes. Dawne's approach combines nutritional eating, prayer, and holistic methods. It's a comprehensive strategy that addresses not just the physical symptoms of lupus, but the whole person. And while her focus is on lupus, the principles she employs could potentially be applied to a wide range of autoimmune conditions. Now, I want to take a moment to address the skeptics among us. It's natural and healthy to approach bold claims with a degree of skepticism. After all, we live in a world where miracle cures and quick fixes are promised at every turn. But Dawne's approach isn't about miracle cures or quick fixes. It's about consistent, informed action over time. It's about making lifestyle changes that support overall health and wellness. Consider this. Dawne has been managing her lupus naturally for a decade. This isn't a fleeting success story or a temporary reprieve from symptoms. It's a sustained approach that has allowed her to live a full, active life, despite a diagnosis that many find overwhelming. But Dawne's vision extends beyond her own health journey. She has created a community, a support system for others facing similar challenges. Wellness for Lupus isn't just a program, it's a movement. It's a community of like-minded individuals seeking solutions, encouragement, and inspiration in their daily health challenges. In a world where autoimmune diseases are becoming increasingly common, especially among women, this kind of community is crucial. It provides a space for sharing experiences, exchanging knowledge, and offering support. It's a reminder that no one has to face these health challenges alone. Dawne describes wellness for lupus as a trusted pillar of truth in a sea of myths, meds, and malaise. And isn't that what we all need when facing health challenges? A source of reliable information, a beacon of hope amidst confusion and despair? But here's the thing. Dawne's approach isn't just about managing lupus or other autoimmune conditions. It's about a fundamental shift in how we approach health and wellness. It's about moving from a reactive stance, waiting for illness to strike and then scrambling to address it, to a proactive one, where we actively cultivate health and resilience every day. Imagine a world where we didn't wait for a diagnosis to start taking care of ourselves. A world where we understood our bodies so well that we could recognize and address imbalances before they became serious health issues. This is the world that Dawne's story invites us to create. Now, I want to pause here and acknowledge something important. This journey isn't always easy. Changing ingrained habits, challenging conventional wisdom, and taking responsibility for our health can be daunting. There may be setbacks along the way. There may be moments of doubt or frustration. But as Dawne's story shows us, the rewards can be truly life-changing. Let me share with you the story of Sarah, one of Dawne's clients. Sarah came to Dawne feeling hopeless and exhausted. She had been diagnosed with lupus 5 years earlier and was struggling with constant fatigue, joint pain, and recurring skin rashes. Despite following her doctor's orders and taking her prescribed medications, Sarah felt like she was barely surviving, not living. When Sarah first heard about Dawne's approach, she was skeptical. How could diet changes and essential oils make a difference when powerful medications hadn't? But Sarah was desperate for a change, so she decided to give it a try. Over the next 6 months, Sarah worked closely with Dawne, implementing dietary changes, incorporating specific essential oils into her daily routine, and learning stress management techniques. The transformation was gradual but profound. Sarah's energy levels began to improve. Her joint pain decreased. Her skin cleared up. But more than that, Sarah began to feel a sense of control over her health that she had never experienced before. Today, 2 years later, Sarah is thriving. She's reduced her medication under her doctor's supervision and has returned to work full-time. She's even taken up yoga, something she never thought would be possible with her condition. Sarah's story is just one of many that illustrate the power of Dawne's approach. Or consider the case of Maria, a 42-year-old mother of 3 who was diagnosed with lupus shortly after the birth of her youngest child. Maria was devastated. She feared she wouldn't have the energy to care for her children, let alone pursue her career as a teacher. The side effects of her medications left her feeling foggy and disconnected. When Maria discovered Dawne's program, she approached it with cautious optimism. She began by making small changes to her diet, cutting out inflammatory foods and incorporating more nutrient-dense options. She learned about the power of essential oils and how to use them to support her immune system and manage stress. The results were remarkable. Within 3 months, Maria noticed a significant reduction in her fatigue and joint pain. Her brain fog lifted, allowing her to engage more fully with her students and her family. Perhaps most importantly, Maria felt empowered. She no longer saw herself as a victim of her diagnosis, but as an active participant in her healing journey. These stories are not isolated incidents. They represent a growing movement of individuals who are taking charge of their health in ways that challenge traditional paradigms. They remind us that our bodies have an innate wisdom and capacity for healing that we often underestimate. But here's another crucial point. This journey isn't just about physical health. It's about empowerment. It's about reclaiming a sense of control in a world that often makes us feel powerless. When Dawne received her lupus diagnosis, she could have seen herself as a victim of circumstance. Instead, she chose to see herself as the author of her own health story. This mindset shift is powerful. It changes how we approach not just our health, but every aspect of our lives. When we realize that we have the power to influence our health outcomes, what else might we be capable of changing? How might this realization ripple out into our relationships, our careers, our communities? Dawne's story also highlights the importance of personalized approaches to health. What works for one person may not work for another. The key is to listen to our bodies, to educate ourselves, and to be willing to experiment and adjust our approach as needed. This isn't about following a rigid set of rules, but about developing a deep, intuitive understanding of our own bodies and needs. Now, I want to address something that might be on some of your minds. You might be thinking, this sounds great, but I'm not an expert in holistic health. I don't have 23 years of experience to draw from, and that's okay. We all start somewhere. The important thing is to begin the journey, to start educating ourselves, to be open to new possibilities. And remember, Dawne didn't start as an expert either. She built her knowledge over time through study, experimentation, and persistence. And now, through her work in her community, she's making that knowledge accessible to others. She's creating a ripple effect of empowerment and healing that extends far beyond her own experience. Let's take a moment to consider the broader implications of Dawne's approach. In a world where healthcare costs are skyrocketing and chronic diseases are on the rise, what if we could shift the paradigm? What if we could move from a model of disease management to one of health creation? The potential impact on individuals, families, and society as a whole is staggering. Imagine workplaces where employees are empowered with the knowledge and tools to maintain their health, leading to increased productivity and reduced absenteeism. Imagine communities where the focus is on prevention rather than treatment, where wellness centers are as common as pharmacies. Imagine a world where children grow up understanding the power of nutrition, mindfulness, and natural remedies, setting them up for a lifetime of vibrant health. This isn't just a dream, it's a possibility that's within our reach, but it requires a shift in thinking. It requires us to challenge the status quo, to question our assumptions about health and healing. It requires us to take responsibility for our well-being in a way that many of us have never considered before. As we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a challenge. I want you to consider how you might take a more proactive role in your own health journey. This doesn't mean you need to make drastic changes overnight. It might start with something as simple as paying more attention to how different foods make you feel, or exploring stress reduction techniques like meditation or yoga. The key is to start seeing yourself not as a passive recipient of healthcare, but as an active participant in your own well-being. Start asking questions, start exploring, start listening to your body, and most importantly, start believing in your body's innate capacity to heal and thrive. Dawne's story shows us what's possible when we combine knowledge, determination, and a holistic approach to health. But it's not just her story. It could be your story too. It could be all of our stories. Imagine a world where autoimmune diseases and other chronic health conditions weren't life sentences, but opportunities for transformation and growth. Imagine a world where we all had the knowledge and tools to support our body's natural healing processes. Imagine a world where wellness wasn't the exception, but the norm. This is the world that Dawne Horizons is working to create, one person at a time. And it's a world that we can all contribute to building, whether we're dealing with a chronic health condition ourselves, supporting a loved one who is, or simply wanting to optimize our health and well-being. We all have a role to play in this revolution. So I leave you with this. Your body is not your enemy. It's not a machine that's bound to break down. It's a miraculous self-healing organism that's constantly working to maintain balance and health. Your job is to support it, to listen to it, to provide it with what it needs to thrive. Don't wait for a wake-up call like a serious diagnosis. Start today, start now. Take one small step towards a more empowered approach to your health. It could be as simple as drinking more water or taking a few deep breaths when you feel stressed. Whatever it is, make it a conscious choice. Make it an act of self-love and self-respect. Remember, every journey begins with a single step. Your step might look different from Dawn's or Sarah's or Maria's. That's okay. The important thing is that you take it. Because when you do, you're not just changing your own life, you're contributing to a larger shift, a movement towards a world where health and vitality are the norm, not the exception. You have the power to rewrite your health story. You have the wisdom within you to heal. You have the strength to overcome whatever challenges come your way. Believe in yourself, trust your body, and never, ever underestimate the power of hope, determination, and the human spirit. Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovery and empowerment. Now go forth and unleash the healer within you. The world is waiting for your transformation. Your future self will thank you. And who knows, your story might just be the one to inspire someone else on their journey to wellness. The power is in your hands. What will you do with it?